On a clear December morning, we head toward Jirisan Nogodan. Nogodan greets visitors with a unique face for every season. In spring, the azaleas bloom, forming pink flower pathways. In summer, the dense greenery embraces the mountains, adding a refreshing touch. In autumn, the colorful leaves create a brilliant tapestry. And in winter, it transforms into a pure white world, offering an extraordinary landscape unlike any other mountain today. Jirisan exudes expansive beauty under the clear sky, surrounded by a pristine snowy world. Arriving at the starting point, the Huayomsa parking lot, we are welcomed by the tranquil sounds of the valley stream and chirping birds. Walking through the grounds of Huayomsa, we encounter 3 charming statues of little monks. These statues, covering their eyes, ears, and mouths, embody the Buddhist teaching of 3 no evils, prompting reflection on our past actions. Carrying the message of the sutras in our hearts, we prepare for the hike ahead. Leaving Huayomsa behind, we step into the trailhead. The bamboo groves and pine forests, illuminated by the sunlight streaming through, warmly welcome our footsteps. The sound of the valley's flowing water, the chirping of birds, and the snow gently blanketing the ground. Winter in Jirisan is a perfect harmony, offering a deep sense of awe. As the hike progresses, we cross a bridge over Huayom Valley, stepping into a landscape where icicles and white snow blend seamlessly with the clear surroundings. Step by step, the serene winter atmosphere and the snow-covered scenery lead us toward the summit of Nogodan. Eventually, we arrive at the Nogodan rest area here. The view of Nogodan's summit and the ridges of Jirisan stretches wide with breathtaking beauty. The blue sky and pure white snowy paths combine to create a scene that feels like a living painting. At last, we reach the summit of Nogodan. From this elevation of 1,507 meters, the majestic ridges of Jirisan unfold before our eyes. Looking back, we see Goribong and Manbokde, with the distant peaks of Jirisan connecting in layers, the crystal clear waters of the Seomjingang River, the Guri Plains, and even the distant South Sea come into view, offering a panorama that feels like a gift from nature. Standing at the summit of Nogodan, a sense of reverence fills the air. Here, the grandeur and tranquility of Jirisan converge, offering more than just a hike. It's an experience of nature's wonder. Today, in this pure white world of Jirisan, we have received an extraordinary gift. The emotions of this moment will remain in our hearts for a long time. Jirisan Nogodan. The story of its special winter begins now. It's a crisp morning. Today, we are heading to Jirisan Mountain. The clear weather reveals the snow-white summit of Nogodan in Jirisan from afar. Arriving at the Huayomsa temple parking lot, we are greeted by the gentle sounds of the temple's valley stream and birdsong in the serene atmosphere. In harmony with this tranquility, we calmly prepare for today's hike and set out on our journey. The first stop on our trek to Nogodan is the grounds of Hwayomsa Temple. The vibrant sound of the valley stream and the bright weather seem to clear our minds as well. Entering the temple grounds, we are welcomed by the 3 child monk statues of Hwayomsa. Each of these statues covers their eyes, ears, or mouth, greeting visitors as they step into the temple. This symbolizes the teachings of the Avatamsaka Sutra regarding not seeing, not hearing, and not speaking, as part of the 3 principles from Buddhist scriptures. First, not seeing. Do not focus on seeking others' faults or judging whether they act or do not act. Always reflect on yourself and discern right from wrong. Second, not hearing. Just as a great rock on a mountain remains unmoved by the wind, a wise person does not lose composure in the face of either criticism or praise. Third, not speaking. Refrain from harmful speech. Harsh words ultimately return to oneself. Ill words circle back, bringing pain, and in the end, they will come back to you. Always practice speaking righteously. The adorable child monk statues of Hwayomsa seem to playfully convey the essence of the 3 principles to visitors. Here at Hwayomsa, I too reflect on past actions and resolve anew as I prepare for today's hike. Beyond the last gate, we encounter the majestic 4 heavenly kings guardians of the temple and arrive at the central area of the temple grounds. In the heart of the temple grounds, we are greeted by the magnificent backdrop of Jirisan Mountain, towering behind Chongpungdang Hall, a harmonious blend of lush green trees, and the beautiful architecture of Hwayomsa's Manwoldang Hall. Standing in the central area of the temple grounds, Hwayomsa proudly showcases its national treasure, the Gakwangjeon Hall and the stone lantern situated in front of it. Next to them is the Daeongjeon Hall, welcoming visitors. The surrounding structures, Nahanjeon Hall, Wontongjeon Hall, Yongsanjeon Hall, Bojeju Pavilion, Jeonggak, Bell Tower, and Ngor Pavilion, all come together to form the heart of the temple grounds. At the center of the grounds stand the western and eastern 5-story stone pagodas designated as national treasures. These beautiful pagodas serve as guardians of Hwayomsa. On this clear day, the snow giving the impression that Jirisan itself watches over and protects Hwayomsa. Hwayomsa is named after the Hwayomgyeong in Korean, reflecting its deep connection to Buddhist teachings. Before beginning the full hike, I take a moment to pause at Hwayomsa, collecting my thoughts about today's journey, reflecting on my life so far, and contemplating the path ahead. Leaving Hwayomsa behind, we set out on our hike to Nogodan and Jirisan. At the start of the trail, the sound of the rushing waters from Huayom Valley accompanies us. We are welcomed by a beautiful bamboo forest, with sunlight streaming through the gaps between the bamboo patches of lingering snow and the gentle sound of the valley stream beside us. The chirping birds and expansive views make everything around us feel purely beautiful. This is the essence of Jirisan. As the snow deepens, it adds to the charm of Jirisan in winter. Crossing the bridge over Huayom Valley, we see snow piled on the rocks and clear icicles hanging in the air. The pristine environment of the valley seems to clear our minds, leaving us feeling refreshed and sharp. Beyond the bridge, the sun rises higher, illuminating the landscape with even greater clarity. The vibrant colors of the blue sky, lush green forests, and snow-covered paths seem to stand out even more vividly in this clear weather. Passing by Jirisan Cafe, we officially embark on the main stretch of today's hike. The path from Huayomsa to Nogodan is known for its challenging terrain, even among the rugged landscapes of Jirisan Mountain. Spanning a distance of 7 kilometers, It begins at an elevation of 200 meters and ascends to the peak of Nogodan at 1,507 meters. Despite its steep and arduous nature, the enchanting atmosphere of Huayomsa and the unique hues and ambiance of the Nogodan Trail make the journey worthwhile. The trail runs alongside Huayom Valley from the starting point all the way to the summit, and its distinct beauty helps hikers forget the strain of the climb. The higher you ascend, the more you are greeted by the pristine white landscape of Jirisan. The sound of the rushing waters in Huayom Valley grows stronger, leading to the magnificent sight of Huayom Waterfall. Listening to the powerful cascade amidst the snowy surroundings seems to instantly wash away the fatigue of the hike. This trail welcomes visitors with a different charm in each season. In spring, it is filled with the vibrancy of new life as fresh buds bloom. In summer, it offers a lush green canopy to shade visitors. In autumn, the trail is adorned with brilliant colors of foliage, creating a dazzling spectacle. And in winter, as today, it transforms into a serene white wonderland, leaving visitors awestruck by its beauty. Though the path can be challenging, the scenic rewards more than compensate for the effort. As beads of sweat form, a clear smile spreads across our faces. From this vantage point, the panorama of Guri City unfolds before us, a breathtaking view framed by the pure white trail that signifies the summit of Nogodan is near. Continuing the ascent, we step onto the snow-covered path, connecting Jirisan's Seongsamje and Nogodan. The first sight to greet us is the pristine white Seongsamje peak, and across from it, the snow-blanketed Nogodan glistens under the blue sky. Walking under this unbelievable scenery, our spirits soar with excitement. The trail near the summit becomes gentler, and the sound of footsteps crunching on the untouched snow adds to the joy of the hike. While this path usually starts at the Seongsamje parking lot, for a more convenient climb, vehicle access to the parking lot is often restricted during snowy winters. Today, too, instead of the usual chatter of bustling visitors, we are greeted by the crisp sound of the wind and a serene world blanketed entirely in white. As we walk, the snowy peak of Nogodan grows ever closer, and the sky greets us with a clear blue hue, like a vast canvas. The sun has now reached its zenith, illuminating every corner of this enchanting space. Each step feels like wandering through a watercolor painting, and with every moment, my heart fills with gratitude for today's journey. Walking further, we arrive at the Nogodan rest area. From here, the summit of Nogodan greets visitors with yet another set of colors and ambiance. On this clear day, without a single cloud in the sky, everything in the distance is vividly visible. The snow piled between the trees in the forest that retains its natural hues create an atmosphere so beautiful, it feels like stepping into a painted landscape. At an elevation of around 1,500 meters, the way the pure white snow trail reflects such clarity seems like a view reserved for those who are truly blessed. Though I have visited this trail many times before, today marks the first time I have experienced such a strikingly pristine Nogodan path. I am deeply grateful for this unforgettable scenery I can carry in my heart. Passing the rest area and moving through a snowflower tunnel, we are now welcome to the true summit of Nogodan. The snow-covered summit of Nogodan, with the Halmadan altar clearly visible in the distance, stands proudly accompanied by the expansive ridges of Jirisan stretching behind it, leaving us speechless in awe. The snow-laden trees, stones, and ridges each exude their unique charm, all harmoniously blending into an incredible scene of beauty. Nogodan, along with Banyabong and Chonwangbong, is designated as one of Jirisan's 3 main peaks, serving as the mountain's western peak. Nogodan's pure Korean name, Halmadan, originates from the tradition of our ancestors, who would come to this altar to offer sacrifices to the grandmother spirit. Halmishin, standing on this 1,507-meter high rugged terrain, I find myself pondering What emotions and aspirations drove those who braved this perilous path, fraught with treacherous slopes and wild animals to pay tribute to the grandmother spirit? Nogodan showcases its beauty throughout all 4 seasons. Its sunrise is renowned across the nation, attracting numerous visitors. In spring, the blooming azaleas create a pink pathway. In summer, the rich greenery envelops the surroundings. And in winter, as it is now, the landscape transforms into a pure white world, offering visitors a variety of vibrant atmospheres and colors. On this cloudless sunny day, standing at Nogodan's summit feels like receiving a gift. The entire expanse of Jirisan's ridges comes into view, turning back the snowy peaks of Gorabong Manbokde. Tukabong and Mengbawibong unfold before us, while far off in the distance, the ridges of Deogyusan Mountain proudly rise in layers of majestic beauty. Arriving at the Nogodan Summit Observatory, we take in the full view of Jirisan's ridges and ambience. The layers upon layers of mountain ridges demonstrate why Jirisan is considered one of Korea's most iconic mountains. Its grand peaks, framed by surrounding mountain ranges like a protective screen, seem to declare this place the heart of it all. Following the expansive ridges and distant clouds, we spot the Seomjingang River, its clear waters flowing beautifully with the Guri Plains and city nestled beside it. In the far distance, even the Yosu coast and the South Sea shine brightly, welcoming visitors. This scenery is a rare spectacle that only appears on such clear days, and we take the time to cherish each moment of this breathtaking experience. Leaving the observatory, we head toward the final highlight of today's hike, the summit altar, Halmedan. The stone walls of Halmedan are frozen in snow and ice, standing firm against the fierce winds of Jirisan, guarding this sacred space with unwavering strength. From the summit, the ridges we encountered during the hike stretch out even more expansively. Under the azure sky, the snow-covered mountain ranges unfold in all their splendor. Looking back, Jirisan's main peaks, Banyabong and Chonwangbong, stand side by side like brothers. Chonwangbong rises sharply and majestically, while Banyabong's snow-covered ridge appears gentle, like a soft mound. Even from afar, Cheonwangbong is clearly visible, standing distinct and bold. Concluding our time at Nogodan summit, we prepare for the descent. Reflecting on the day, I recall the welcoming atmosphere of Hwaeomsa, the profound lessons imparted by its sacred scriptures. I remember the 7-kilometer hike through bamboo forests and pine trees, the refreshing sound of rushing water in Hwaeom Valley. I think of the pure white snow trail that glistened like jewels under the bright sun, leading to the magnificent views of Seongsamje and Nogodan. Walking along the snowy paths, we were greeted by stunning landscapes at every turn. And finally, standing at Nogodan summit, I took in the sweeping view of Jirisan, the South Sea, and the countless mountain ridges stretching endlessly. Every moment today has been filled with unforgettable awe and gratitude. I wholeheartedly recommend that you visit Nogodan and Jirisan someday to experience its profound beauty and unique atmosphere for yourself.